I am in Dragonlands by Pixelheads. I am in creative mode, Windows 10 on a laptop. I am using Screencast-O-Matic to film this. The focus of this video is not a run-through. It is in creative mode again, and to illustrate what there is to see in this game. I have mapped this game and use locator maps to denote mainly pathways, and some of the pathways do have a lot of chests along the way. The numbering system of these maps is my own creation and not the numerical order as the default order in the game. This is my own creation to create a system within the way I do it. Okay, so up towards the north of the map, there is a big, huge castle with lots of towers that has lots of extensive pathways and many chests along the way. There are also in this world or game several caves. Here's a cave, here's a cave, here's a cave, here's a cave, here's a cave. And those are also very interesting with specific mobs that are inside the caves, and also various chests and fun things to do in the caves. This middle area of the map is pretty much bland. That is good for exploring, and perhaps if you want to spawn your own dragons, would probably be perhaps a good area if you can control them and make them fly over the towers and very high mountainous structures. Over to the west is my showcase area. I have a map wall. I have a showcase area of mobs, and I have a dragon pit. Further down, there are cabins, which are mainly brownish. I have paths and chest locations within the cabins. In the center, there is a huge red dragon structure. Most notable in that structure, in the head of the dragon, in the mouth, there is a nice chest with wonderful items. The advantage of doing creative mode in this world is that you have a lot more freedom to explore and do creative things in the world. The disadvantage of creative mode is that you can't fly, and personally, I just cannot tolerate some of the limitations of adventure mode. Another disadvantage is that you can seriously damage the programming by destroying or breaking blocks where certain tasks or events need to happen. Over into the eastern lower section of this world, there is not too much except for a very important yellow area that appears, and that is where I came to understand the difference in types of dragon eggs and spawn dragon. There are at least 3 different types, and once I really spent some time here, I came to understand what that was all about. In the meantime, I have added Dragonlands, which draws from Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, possibly Game of Thrones, and Norse mythology. I have added what various mobs are based on their location in the various inventory. The system is not yet perfected. It needs some editing. So that just gives you a quick idea of that. And my point is that this particular yellow point in the map, exploratory map wall of this Dragonlands world is what enabled me to pull that together for the 3 different types of dragon eggs. Then lastly, there are a few other areas, not many, in the very lower part of the map wall that have some elements that are of major interest as far as the game is intended to be played, and possibly other areas of interest for creative mode. Next, let's look at my showcase area. A wizard that appears in several areas is based on a witch. A warg is based on an evocation illager or evoker. Without resource packs and programming in this particular game, if you open this game without resource and behavior packs, or if the realms once again fail to upload resource and behavior packs, then this particular mob would be a disaster and possibly destroy a whole world that you may have worked hours upon. The elf, cute little elf, is a vindicator, which is not nearly as cute. Very interesting in this is that this elf has a bow, and sometimes this elf uses the bow and arrows fly all over the place. However, in the game itself, as intended, she does not have a bow, and that does not happen. One form of goblin is based on a husk. Here they are all clumped together, have somewhat blue pants, swords, and black and gray helmets, green eyes. Black and gray helmets. Also in the zombie-based goblins, I don't see too much difference in these two. Maybe there are differences that I just can't figure out. The dwarf is a stray and cannot be labeled with a name tag. The orc, O-R-C, is a skeleton. And if you look at the chest area in the front and back, there is something that kind of resembles ribs. The troll is a creeper that does not look anything like a creeper. He looks more like an iron golem, but he is not. He is based on a creeper. And then this particular dragon started out as a baby, and I did nothing to it, and it just grew by itself. I did not tame it. This particular dragon started out as a baby. I tamed it. It grew. I tethered it. And fortunately, I am creative, and whatever fire they spread about is not going to destroy this particular world session that I have created. So that is all for now. Bye.